witch lady with an otter, and the otter's name was Otis, and her name is not coming to me.
You don't. I have spent hours over the course of the last week talking about her.
Yeah, it's not coming to me right now. And the buff witch also saved Ramona when I went down in the fight versus the evil fishman.
Yes. So that'll do as our recap.
Right, I can find her name. I have the power to do this.
So at the end
Yeah.
of the last session, everybody finally left the big dungeon. You've got some rewards. You've got some pieces of information. You've got notes, books, journals, all of that talking about the you've gathered some journals, some scrolls, some contracts, and some basic information, and you now need to just spend some time flying through it. And where the last session ended, you were following Pearl in her big underwater ship as it
She
surfaced
took the ship and we took the
bikes. Your journey to the surface is
Fable, you don't have a bike anymore because we left your bike underwater.
No, he didn't. Don't
Fable,
fucking
we
lie
left
to
your
me.
bike underwater.
No, you didn't.
We definitely didn't put it on this boat. We left it underwater so you couldn't have one.
That's a lie. Stop fucking lying to me. See, Gat, this is why Jess shouldn't have a hero point.
Okay, did anybody take Fable's bike?
I was told Leilu took it.
I think one of you did.
Yeah.
Lulu
Yeah.
did, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we took the bike and got all embarrassed about riding a bike with a tail.
Yeah,
Yes,
motherfucker.
because at this point in her life, Leilu still has some strange hang-ups on things. So yes, you all... Well, Leilu, Ramona, and Kane have all returned to the surface alongside Pearl's ship. And we start where Pearl's ship breaks the surface of the water back in the over part of the city, not by the docks, but by a familiar place, the Topless Mermaid.
I want to go back to the kobolds, the goblins.
This ship has come to the surface in the big open space next to the Topless Mermaid. And as the rest of you reach the surface alongside this ship, a few moments pass and you watch as two things happen. The first thing, how does Fable return to the party?
Oh, exactly as I described to you. A bunch of maggots form on the ground, as well as maggots, slugs, a bunch of like grotesque things that you can find in a corpse that's just been decaying for weeks start to form on the ground and take shape as they build off each other. And then they start to mold and meld into one. They're like flesh melting into each other, forming one solid shape. And then Fable appears through that shape.
Oh, Fable, could you find a less grotesque thing to do?
Oh.
That was one of the most disgusting things I think I've seen in my life.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yo.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I was gone.
Where were you? What happened? You can't just vanish on us like that. We do kind of need you. You are a part of this coven, are you not?
I am. But the spirits of decay called my name.
So
And
the spirits of decay come before this coven?
No.
Blink, blink, blink.
It's fine. It all worked out without you, Fable, but we do worry about you and what you're going to do.
Well,
Well, I'm just glad you're alright, Fable, above all else.
are you all
And
okay? How does everyone look?
I'm on below half health. I'm looking
uh,
really bloody still.
everybody looks very beaten.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start
Wait,
doing medicine checks on everyone.
I can't be cured wounds yet. Treat wounds. I've been under an hour.
we're on the shore, right?
Oh, I thought
Yes.
you
I
can
think
treat
so,
wounds
yeah.
as long as it comes from a different source.
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Are we on the shore?
Yes, you have returned to the surface. You are now
The
in that
topless
little
mermaid.
courtyard just outside the Topless Mermaid.
Ah, okay, so we're far from the water.
Yeah, far enough from the water that you can dry out if you wish to.
Yes, she does. It's a little bit awkward to just have this mermaid crawling behind you.
Okay.
And
Hey,
as you all discuss and speak to each other, suddenly you hear this hatch fling open and these um, climbing sounds of this elven woman Pearl who steps out or pulls herself out the top of this sailless ship. Oh, everyone's here. Lovely.
who are you?
Um, I'm Pearl.
Oh, hi, Pearl.
Pearl is this. You look at Pearl and you see a tall, well toned, muscular elven woman wearing a strapless top, and her abdomen, her abs are covered in burn scars. She has a few scars around her neck. She has this intricate tattoo made of vines and water lily and blue flowers woven around her shoulders and her top half. Now that also seems to have an otter sat within the flowers. And her swept back undercut sort of pushed behind backwards out of her eyes. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Fable.
She's with us.
Oh, she's one of your number.
I was
Anyway,
called
this is,
away.
yes, sometimes that happens, I'm afraid. Um, as I was saying, give me a few hours to get most of these people on their way and return the woman I was asked to rescue. And then if you could go up to Genevieve's tailor and ask to see her Nouveau Riche collection.
Yes. Um.
I'm afraid payment will have to wait till then, but it's obviously just got out of prison, don't have any money on me.
Laylu raises her hand.
Would there be anything you could give us that's a little bit more than just a promise?
I Unfortunately all I have on you is what you see.
You can swear to our coven.
I mean, I don't know, maybe a lock of hair. Right, that's a physical thing at least. We
Oh, I
can
can do a lot with that.
exactly, but
You
not in
can
a threatening way, unless it needs to be in a threatening way.
you
Uh,
can let me pet water.
What color?
Nouveau Riche.
No.
can Fable be trying to cut this lock of this woman's hair off real quick?
But
Uh,
why?
you you can try and get to her, but you do have to climb the side of a ship.
Oh, that's fine. Uh, yeah,
Well, you have
Fable's
magic
gonna
flying bikes.
start climbing the ship. The side.
Something just a tiny bit more concrete than a simple words.
I mean, if you're willing to return it with me once we've met up again, I can lend you my messer. And she sort of unslings this sword from over her shoulder and holds it out in front of you.
I think that will do. Fable, do you mind collecting that?
Sure, I'll collect it. Uh, Fable's gonna reach for it.
Yeah, and she hands you this mess. It's quite this hefty, two-handed sword with this elegant flick to the end of the blade and a very pretty knuckle guard that is hums with magical energy.
Uh,
But I would like that back. It is a family heirloom.
can I inspect it?
Oh, lucky you.
You can inspect it. What would you like to inspect it? How would you like to
What does it
inspect
do?
it?
What's so magical about it? What do I roll?
It is a +1 um striking weapon with the pocketed rune.
Ooh.
Coated rune? The rune that allows you to hide it in like a
Yeah.
magical port, in like a
Pocketed
magical
sounds alright.
demi thing.
Don't know off the top of my head.
Uh,
It
yeah,
might be pocketed, it might be coated, I can't remember.
Fable's gonna look at it, turn it left and
Ah,
right.
talking of weapons, um, well, does anybody here need a magical weapon? I have a collection of magical blades. If anyone wants a +1 dex based weapon.
I mean, I already have a rapier you gave me, so not really.
Um, I mean,
Leilu?
Hmm?
Leilu, do you want a magical short sword?
She is just in a bit of a daze staring at the otter before snapping back to reality. Huh? What? Oh, I'm not too keen on swords, but I guess one wouldn't be too bad.
You don't have to have it. We can go get you a new magical weapon. I think we've got a. I jingle this pouch of gold. I think we've got enough money to buy some new stuff. If
Yeah, hopefully. I
if we
don't
go
mind the sword.
shopping whilst these prisoners in bank, or if we visit the Union.
Fable's licking the longsword.
It tastes. It has a weird irony taste to it, and as you put your tongue on it, it vibrates.
Hmm.
Just
Interesting.
it's got a rumble pack in it or something.
The second it vibrates, she like shakes her head, confused, and licks it again to see if it vibrates again.
Pearl looks at a lot of you and goes, "Anyway, Genevieve's Taylor, Nouveau Riche collection. Give me about 2 hours," and then she starts ushering people off of this ship.
New Riche collection, 2 hours. Lovely. Would people like to go shopping or the Union? I have a collection of stuff. I got a magical spell scroll. I've got a magical or an important journal, and I've got a big bag of gold. A
Oh,
magic bow. That's for me, I think.
sure. Who wants a
If people
sword?
want to do some, how much gold do we have in this bag?
Did I not tell you?
Nope.
It will be on my fucking computer.
Oh, Jabra docs.
I
Shed
don't
docs.
think it's on my docs.
Uh,
I think I physically wrote down a number.
I don't think you told me. You didn't tell me what's in the journal, what's in the gold bag, what's in the scroll. Sorry.
The scroll is a scroll of lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. Fable, Leilu, can I review cast lightning bolt?
I think I
Or
can.
Kane, can you cast lightning bolt?
Uh, Not lightning bolt. I have a different lighting spell.
Leilu?
Hmm?
Lightning bolt? Can you cast lightning bolt?
Class-wise, Maguses can totally cast lightning bolt.
Well, does it matter if it's classed or on your spell list?
It doesn't have to
I
be on your spell list as long as it's in the spell school
Cool.
you're capable of casting.
Cool, Kane, I'm going
actually
to you instead of Fable.
I don't have any lightning spells, but I forgot to add my rank 4 spells, so
No, I'm going to give Kane, you can have the scroll of lightning bolt.
Thank you.
I don't want to give it to Fable.
Why not?
guys, I have a
Oh.
question.
Yeah?
Should I give Leilu dinosaur
Yes.
If you have a scroll of it, yes.
No. She can just straight up naturally learn it.
I can also naturally learn it. I also have a few other things.
Nice. By the way, how do scrolls work? Like, do I copy it into my spell book? Do I need to spend money to do that, or no?
You can spend money to copy it into your spell book, or it's one action to equip, two actions to cast.
Oh, I see. So I have to equip the scroll
Yes,
if I
you have
want
to
to cast
equip it
it.
into your hand and then two actions to cast it, or I can't remember what the gold amount is. You can pay a set amount of gold to copy it into your spell book.
I will do that.
Yeah, that's probably affordable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head. But...
I don't need to pay money as long as I have a scroll. I just need to spend an hour to put it to learn it.
Yeah, but maguses are wizards essentially, so they have to follow the wizard rules for it. I just don't know what the wizard rules are.
That sucks. That sucks. If you get it for free, it's stupid that you still have to pay money to learn it.
Yeah. What can you do?
So what were the other things you got?
I got a journal and a bag of gold. I also got a set of fancy clothes, chain arm, a magic bow, and a crossbow.
Cool. The magic bow is a +1 bow.
Does anyone want a +1 bow?
Is your one bet? Is your one already a +1 bow?
+1 striking.
Your one's already. All right. Give me a minute. I'll give you something not shit.
Okay, that's fine. Take your time.
The gold is 300.
Nice. That is
Nice.
25, 25, 75 gold per person, and I'll hand that out each. Actually, Fable, you weren't in this fight, and then I'll give you the money.
Oh, thank you.
Bully
Ah,
Fable.
why is my mic not picking up everything? Thank you.
Bully Fable for being stolen out of space and time.
I still give Fable
Yes.
the money. I just mock Fable. I have wounding.
Does anyone want this?
Wounding.
You said it was a
Hmm.
long sword, right?
It's a flashing melee weapon.
Sorry, what?
The sword that Fable picked up.
The sword is a falchion by stats, a +1 striking falchion. But what Pathfinder 2 he calls a falchion is not actually a falchion, and as a sword nerd, I'm offended by this.
Oh god,
What's a
pretty good actually.
falchion?
No, it's not.
Is it just called that in
Falchion.
Pathfinder as well, or
In Pathfinder, it's called a falchion, two-handed.
Any of the level 7 runes are 300 gold.
yeah?
Ooh,
I cannot wield it. I am
death drinking.
untrained in it.
Cringe. Imagine not having like every weapon learned.
Yeah, imagine not being proficient with everything. No, I don't think you would be
Yeah.
proficient with everything because it's a martial weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like I
that
am professional with everything. So
Actually, this means I might stuff and summon a spiritual weapon at the same time.
And because I clearly forgot to tell everyone, what did everyone recover from that?
What do you mean?
What did everyone get loot wise?
Oh,
I got the red book detailing a few of the workers' contracts and a few scrolls also about the contracts.
Yes, you have got the contractor's information.
Yeah.
Uh, is that all you picked up, or did you pick up other things?
I had also picked up a bow, but I traded it with Ramona for the rapier.
Okay, cool. Fable didn't get anything, and I believe Leilu got a pair of matching magical daggers, which I just need to make sure they're still a thing in Pathfinder. But they are.
I'm pretty sure I wrote down what I took from the building. I just need to find the book I put it. Oh, okay. Assorted gemstones that cost $50, magical gem, silk bed sheet, and magic daggers.
Lovely. Ooh. So that's not what I thought it was. Yes, Leilu, the daggers are both +1 daggers with the returning rune, and they seem to be a matching pair.
Mm.
Said +1 with the returning rune.
Yes. They are +1 returning daggers.
And what about this magical gem?
You do not know as of yet. You can do an Arcana check to try and figure it out.
My Arcana is god awful, but I'll try. Wait, did I accidentally delete my tab?
Perhaps.
Noise. Meat, I have popcorn. Y'all want some?
I just had a whole carrot, so no, thank you.
Carrots.
Yes, carrots.
Actually, I don't really eat carrots.
I eat raw carrots. I love carrots.
Raw
Carrots are
carrots are
pretty
great.
good.
Yeah, Leilu, what did you get for that identify roll?
That was almost a nat 20, but that's just 14.
Almost.
It seems to be magical in. It definitely seems to be magical in nature, and it's conjuration magic at a rough estimate. Wait, nice it's playing up so bad I cannot hear shit at the minute.
Hey, uh, what animal is Festus again? As in, like, which planet?
Vulture. That's why I want to go straight back to see the Union. Get Festus.
Eh?
So the party wishes to return to the Union?
Yeah,
down
unless
for
anyone
it.
wants to go get like magic weapons and shopping, I think the Union's supposed to be.
As we're walking back, Layla will perk up. Oh, hey guys. Ramona specifically. I actually learned a little bit of a new trick. Do you wanna see it?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Right, she will step back and harness some magical energy. She looks a bit strained as she hasn't tried this before. And will start morphing. And she has turned into a vulture.
Holy shit, Leilu's an animal.
That's really cool.
Fable, eat her.
Okay.
No, Fable.
Oh, what?
Steps
Why
back.
Fully puts my arm between just in case.
I would never eat Leilu.
Steps
I
back.
mean,
Except maybe her
you.
tail.
Yeah,
If she
I was about
died.
to say.
Repeat.
If Leilu died, I'd eat her. I'd eat all of you if you died. I'd
I'm
expect you all to
honored.
do the same to me.
What are
She
you made
will.
out of, Fable? Do you bleed?
Do I bleed?
Yeah. Like, are you made out of meat and things we can eat?
We will
I
give a
do remember
concern.
bleeding, but I don't know if I'm exactly made out of meat. I'm flesh, and I think I'm flesh. She's gonna start like touching her arms, like her thin, like paper thin arms. Um, and then she's gonna start biting her her wrist. Like,
She will proceed to perch herself up on Kane's shoulder.
Hmm.
Walk, squawk,
Walk.
whatever vultures say.
Kane pats her chin.
She will croon happily. And then she will point one of her wings. Probably it means let's move forward.
Let's go then.
So yes, and once more, you remount onto your bikes and take to the sky. You bring yourself up, and this once more dense network of bridges and gardens that you were free from in the underwater have returned. You go up and around, and you dive between, weaving in and out of traffic and large groups of other vehicles. And after about 45 minutes of traveling, you have reached the Union hideout.
Knock, knock, knock.
It is the middle of the day and the doors are wide open. You are
Okay.
free to enter.
I still give a little knock because that's what you do when you enter buildings.
Yeah.
Ramona has entered one building before this that was her family's house. You had to knock or else you got in trouble. Her dad was a bit of an asshole about it, weirdly.
Yeah, your dad seemed to have some problems. But yes,
It's
you land and you're back in the goblin hideout, and Festus comes to greet you, Ramona.
I give him a big hug, and we have like a beautiful bird hug.
Aw.
And then
uh,
he seems to be doing the head nod he does when he's caught prey.
What have you caught? It better not be a rat.
And if you hold your hands
I
out,
hold my hand
he
out.
vomits a mouse into your hand.
Is this a familiar looking?
It is not familiar. It is far too small to be Freddy.
It's not Freddy. That's all that matters.
Good.
I mean,
I
Freddy's
was.
a rat, not a mouse. Don't
Yes,
lie
it is
Yeah.
a
anyway.
mouse. It's too small to be
I don't
Freddy.
know. But Freddy is fine. Good.
Yeah, well, Freddy's probably fine. He is in a cage in the corner. And yeah, Festus seems to be quite enamored with you at the moment. Almost like you gave him separation anxiety.
Aw.
Aw.
Oh, I have a big hug with Festus. Um, all right, you don't have to leave me again, Festus. I just didn't want you drowning in our makeshift setup. Look at the lion with the helmet that's stuck on his head because we hammered it on.
I could have made sure Festus stayed fine.
Did you?
I could have. You said you wanted to keep him here, so I didn't do anything.
Good.
Didn't you
Good.
see what I made for Leo?
I'm just looking at this bent bit of metal around Leo's neck still.
Yeah, even though it works, it does not look safe at all.
It is. It's 100% safe. Trust me. I know what I'm doing.
And as you're all sat here reuniting with Festus, you watch as Enron sort of ambles up to the group of you, looking through some papers. Hi guys. Uh, oh God, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, Kane, here's a letter, and he hands you a letter.
Oh, thank you. King just takes the letter but doesn't open it yet. He just puts it in his pocket.
Some of the flying Murlocs came around looking for you, and some
What did you tell them?
said you weren't here, and
Hmm.
some short, fat fish man smoking a pipe did the same. Didn't say who he was from though.
Hmm.
And I think the rat now owns half the building.
What do you mean by that?
He points over to Freddy's cage, and you see in Freddy's cage, Freddy is sat atop a pile of gold coins and
Oh
gemstones
no.
and has a gold ruby ring sat on top of his head like a crown.
Fable's gonna
Uh,
telekinetic hand that ring.
no,
I cast
Fable.
speak with animals.
Freddy clearly did this himself.
You can't speak for animals. Hey, bestie,
Yes.
where did you go?
Uh, I was just having a bit of an adventure. It's so. How did you end up with all this stuff?
Oh, found it.
You found it, and pray
Can you
tell.
make me an insight check, please?
Insight, you say? Okay. Wait, how do I do insight again?
Not insight, perception. Insight is perception.
19.
I mean, he did find them, but you're not 100% sure they were just lying about.
Where did you find it? I thought I left you in this cage.
Well, when I make cute little squeaking noises, the goblins let me out for an hour, and I did that, and then I went and explored the rest of the building, and I found a
Class,
big room which had all this stuff in it.
I'm sorry, there's more rooms
clasps,
to this building?
This is
clasp,
a tall tower with
You
thousands of layers.
okay?
clasps
Have we went
hands
off this?
together.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Clasps hands together, breathes in. That's really impressive. Do you think if I picked you up, you can show me? And even if I took you out of there, do you think you can show me where you got this loot?
Hell yeah, bestie, let's go.
Haha, isn't that a good boy? She'll just take him out of the cage and then proceed to pick up the gold and gems and put it in a bag.
Yeah, and he takes this little ring like a crown off his head and gently places it atop the pile.
Fable's gonna take that ring. She wants
Fable,
to
we don't
enchant
even know
its
where that's
magic.
come from.
Yes, but it could be magic. I want to know.
And it could also not belong to us.
Well,
Mm.
maybe it didn't belong to us, but now it does. Or, to be more specific, it belongs to the rat now.
I think it belongs to the
Yes,
rat
I
now.
understand that, but what if, pray tell, this belongs to someone very important in this establishment and we've gone and made ourselves an enemy for no good reason?
I mean, how will they ever know, right?
Looks around. Well, mm, struggling noises, grips hand, squealing slightly. Is anyone hungry? I'm hungry.
I could eat. Where's the food?
April, when you're done examining the ring, if there's nothing interesting about it, then you'll give it back to Freddy, okay?
Detect magic.
No magic essence seems to come from this ring.
Fable's just gonna toss it back on the pile. Not caring about it anymore.
We should get some food.
Yes, I'm sure Tesco can cook us up a feast.
Leo, Hey, Leo, you ready to get something to eat? Just
Leo
That's-
sort of looks up at you wishfully.
She just pats her knees and asks it again in a more excited tone every time.
Yeah, this lion just sort of looks up at you expectingly.
Hey, come on, let's go eat something to eat. And she and she just walks out the room.
Yes, you take the people over to the table, and there is a veritable brunch spread.
Nice.
Bits of bread,
Oh.
bits of cheese, sliced meats.
Hey, BP, what
Yeah.
what do you know of witches in this city?
Was that lady? Why you ask? What do you know about witches?
I mean, there are witches in the city, like there's any.
Come on, BP, I need more than that. I want a specific buff elf witch. Come on, you can do it.
Oh, you mean Pearl?
She was a witch.
I know a little bit about her. She's a wreck diver.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
She's
An
a wreck
erect?
diver.
An erect what?
She's not erect. I don't think she's erect. She might be erect. No, a shipwreck diver.
Ah, shipwreck diver.
Yes,
The
she
diver.
recovers artifacts from shipwrecks.
Interesting.
She can hold her breath for like half an hour.
Fable, how long does your magic spell last?
How long does my what?
How long can you hold your breath with magic?
Hmm.
No, not with the spell.
Okay,
Oh.
The spell lasts an hour. She can hold her breath for half an hour
just on her own.
on her own.
I need to go
Wow,
find
think
her
about all
again.
the things you could do if you could hold your breath for an hour.
Do you know who she gets her powers from? What sort of deity? What sort of being?
Um,
Probably
no,
got her own
to be
coven, right?
honest.
Why didn't any of you tell me she was a witch?
I was
Yeah, the
going
first thing we
to, but
said.
yeah.
I've been looking for another witch.
Oh, and
What
also
do you
something
mean?
else. I think you're going to want to know this, but she's also part of the Moist Coven.
Fable's eyes just glitter and shine.
Fable, you've got her magic weapon.
I do.
You know, we're going to see her again. You've got her magic weapon. You're fine.
Fable's gonna just haphazardly pull it out.
It is a hefty. It is a very elegant blade, but it is quite hefty, and you reckon it would be a very powerful cutting blade.
Fable's gonna lick it in front of everyone again.
It has the same irony taste and the slight magnetic vibration as you rest your tongue on it.
Wow, very impressive.
I'm just finding whatever meat I can, uh, placing it on the ground for Leo.
Yeah, there are hams, salami, there loads of little different sliced meats. You got bits of chicken, bits of turkey.
I'll give him a little bit of everything, mostly just to see what he prefers the most.
Can you roll me just a straight check?
What?
Just roll me a d20 and tell me what you get.
13.
13. Leo goes straight for the honey roasted ham.
A honey roasted what?
Honey
Ham.
roasted ham.
Okay. She gets this little smile on her face before giving. Or is there any fruit?
Yeah, there's a handful of fresh fruit. There are apples, bananas, some strawberries, and pineapples.
Strawberries. She'll take a few of these fruits and do her best to cut them up a little mince sort of way, and place them on a bit of a plate for Freddy. Eat.
Cool. As you sort of look over to your shoulder to see where Freddy normally likes to rest, can you make me a perception check?
Gladly. I hope I'm not 32.
Lovely. As your eyes glance over the table, just before you noticed Freddy is on the other side of the room and is in the kitchen, currently sat on top of a shelf, rooting through a little covered basket.
Hey, doing? She'll go over there and yank him off.
But wait, it smells really good in there.
That's probably not for you. Come on.
But it's cheese, I can smell it.
It's, well, cheese or not, it's not for you. If they wanted to give it to us, they probably would have by now.
Glances around, peeks under the cloth.
Underneath the cloth is a handful of like centimeter by centimeter cubes of cheese.
Looks around again. Quietly chunks off a piece or rushing back over
You,
to the table.
yes, you managed to pick up two of these little bits of cheese.
What I did just now, that is not behavior to be emulated.
As she just cuts cheese in same mince style.
Thank you, bestie. And then he just immediately starts gnawing at this chunk of cheese you gave him.
She just sighs and rests her hand against her cheek and proceeds to eat herself. As in food, not her. You knew what I meant.
Not her tail.
What? No.
Would
Make
be
it a tail.
weird.
So yes, what does everybody wish to do?
Well, I
Just
believe we all have a date in about an hour, so unless anyone wants shopping, I would like to attend. I'd like to go to Genevieve's tailor.
King is going to eat a bit, mainly the cheeses, and then going to read his letter.
Lovely, Kane. As you crack open a letter, it is not a letter from Jin or George.
Hmm.
It is, however, a letter from a place that calls itself Castlebrook.
Huh. Okay.
And this is going to be horribly misspelled because I wrote it while I was having three conversations at once.
All right.
But you will receive, if there are any words you can't read because I've spelt them too horribly or I've fucked something up, just say this.
Okay.
So what does Ramona and Fable wish to do with their time?
Ramona's gonna eat and throw food for Festus until we're ready to go. Her
Uh,
main appointment
Fa-
is this lovely new witch lady.
Of course.
Fable's gonna just tasting the blade, put it away. I'm trying to think if there was something I wanted to buy. I think maybe upgrading one of my weapons might do good. Um,
Yeah, you can peel off briefly to upgrade one of your weapons.
yeah. Yeah. Weapons. Feats. Yeah, screw it. Fable, Fable wants to buy a. Weapon striking rune, but for her slingshot.
Go for it.
Sweet.
Yeah, Fable, you find a machinist that's willing to do the enchantment work for you.
Is there any way I can see if I can get it for a little bit cheaper?
You can give me a persuasion roll,
Got it.
a
Diplomacy it
diplomacy
is.
even.
That's a 21.
21. Sure, he gives you a 10% discount.
Oh, so nice.
Sweet. Sweet. That
He
is
like he
58
he
gold.
likes the cut of your jib, and he's willing to give you a 10% discount.
I'm a kid, and that's what my friends tell me, but I want to show them that, I'm not just a kid, but I can hurt people
I
and
don't think we're
protect
worried
them.
you're a kid. I think we're very worried that you hurt people.
Yeah.
This is what Fable's saying to the man. Let's see.
Yeah, and he does the work, and he does it pretty quickly. It's a simple rune that he just etches into the handle of the slingshot.
Okay. Now I just gotta do some math real quick.
And Wolf Fable is away. The rest of you notice that some dude just turns up at the door.
Fucking bow out, walking up to him. Oh, hello there, sir.
Yeah, as BP finished with the bike I asked for.
I don't know, BP. Shout.
BP, yeah, BP just sort of screams, "Yeah, it's in the back. Let me go get it."
And who would you be, sir?
Oh, I'm a paying customer.
And there's a
Mate,
fish person.
I'm paying. This is a fish person.
I I understand you're a paying customer. We need a name for our receipts.
Oh yeah, I'm
Sorry, I know it's just standard company procedure. BP should have done it before the work. I apologize, sir.
No, the purchase order should have Jemima on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're Jemima.
Jemima's my mother.
Jemima's your mother.
Jemima's my mother.
Okay,
Jemima wanted a new set of brake pads and a new accelerator.
very cool.
She's not really good with the whole contract thing. What'd you call it?
Signing.
Sales stuff. She
Ah.
was worried she'd buy something she didn't need, so she asked me to do it for her.
No, fortunately, you don't have to worry about that. BP offers excellent service, and we don't try and upsell you on anything, sir. Can I get your name for just our notes on collecting the bike? Well, it's fine if you don't want to give it. I just like to keep comprehensive records.
Comprehensive, do you mean? Yeah, my name's Jeffrey.
Oh, lovely. It's not a shark person.
No.
It's got Shay. You give me that name.
Is he Jeffrey?
Who differs the shark?
Jeff's a shark. I have like 4 names.
I know, but I'm worried he'd become a person.
No. No, it is not the Shark Man.
I had to check.
Yeah, and then BP brings this bike out, and without much of a fuss, he hands over a sack of gold to BP, gets on the bike, and leaves.
BP, do we need to be worried about your clientele?
No, did anyone not tell you? We're a legitimate business now.
Yeah, do we have to be worried about your clientele?
No.
Okay.
They come in, they purchase it from Enron. I do the work, and I hand it to a customer.
Okay. And none of these people are corrupt or going to come out for us for revenge if you do a bad job.
I'm not going to do a bad job. Look at
Perfect.
me. And he stands with his jagged, toothy grin, his teeth yellowed and chipped, this great wide smile. And yeah, then Fable returns and a couple hours have passed. Are we
Ready to head on?
Yes. Actually, before we head on, I would like to show everyone the letter I received. Should I
lovely?
read it or do you want to read it? I think it's better you do it.
Okay, I shall read it. Hello, Kanorban. Here at the showroom, we have heard about the show you put on in the industrial district. We had with the sorry with the
Reception.
with the reception it had from a few of our staff members who saw it and spoke your praises to our management. We wish to invite you to be the opening act of a post-punk band, Two Fish in a Barrel. The show will take place after sunset at the Castlebrook this evening. Please arrive a few hours early so that we can arrange the stage and any preparations need be. Thanks for your consideration, the staff at the Castlebrook.
So, does anyone want to go see what this is about?
Absolutely. I think we should definitely meet with our lady. We've got her, a lovely witch lady, since we do have her main weapon. But I'd love to check this out afterwards.
Yeah, I have never been to the big stage, so I'm kind of excited.
I've never been to any stage. In fact, I think that might have been the first time I've seen sort of like music performed by someone talented.
Really? Where have you been? Like, are
The
you just not
woods.
a? That's fair. That's fair.
Like, I mean, I can play the lute, but none of us were particularly talented. Isn't that right, Lenny?
Lenny has not returned with you.
Where the fuck did Lenny go?
Lenny made it to the surface with you, and then just kind of vanished.
Oh shit!
That's worrying.
He didn't say anything.
Can you make Fable a bit louder?
He
Not
didn't.
Fable, Lady. Um.
He just kind of was there 1 minute and then wasn't.
Shit. He knows where we live. Shit. We killed his boss.
I told you we should have killed Lenny.
I smacked Fable.
Fable, you catch one round the back of the ear.
Ow! Why?
Stop talking about killing my brother.
He's gonna go get the other members of the gang, and
No,
it's gonna
he's
be a
not.
gang war. Oh, she's gonna keep rubbing her ear.
Sighs, walks over, rubs her head. Just don't say anything like that, okay?
I just don't think that. I'm just afraid. Bad things can happen. That's all.
So what is the plan? Is the plan everyone sets off and heads to Genevieve's tailor?
Yes.
Sure.
So, as many times before now, you all disembark, and within sort of 30 minutes-ish, you all are sat in front of this tailor shop. Fable, this tailor seems familiar to you.
Hmm. Why?
This is the
Should I look?
tailor where the woman that taught you how to stitch was from.
I know this person. They're very nice. What was her name again?
Her name is currently Genevieve.
Genevieve. I should have remembered this. It just slipped my mind. I was so fascinated by a witch. This lady helped me make the patches. She taught me.
Oh.
Fable's gonna run in like an excited child visiting their aunt who buys them a lot of gifts.
Yeah, you push open this door, the little bell rings, and as before, this noble looking, very elegant elven woman stands behind the counter.
Genevieve!
Oh, it's you! How are you?
Yeah, we were told I'm doing alright. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I just sold a wedding dress.
Ooh.
Lovely. I've got some alterations I'd like you to make on an outfit, but first we're here to see your Nouveau Riche collection.
She seems to freeze for a moment as you say that.
Fable, hold up the sword.
Oh, yes. Uh, she's gonna pull out the sword.
Oh, oh, oh. You
S-
watch as panic wash over. What happened?
Oh, she's alive. And
Oh, thank God.
are you part of the Moist Coven? You never. I asked you if you were part of a coven. You said no. Then I asked if you wanted to join my coven.
She shushes you very abruptly.
Nouveau Riche. That's all you can say here, Fable.
What?
And she walks past a lot of you and locks the door. Like, key
Hmm.
lock, deadbolt at the top, deadbolt at the bottom, and almost this barricade-esque block down from above in front of the door, covering the top of the door.
That's overkill, right?
Hopefully.
Uh,
Quick, come this way. We'll discuss once we're in a quieter spot. And then she approaches one of the um, jacket displays, and it's this rather gaudy sequin red jacket with a black top hat hanging from the hook. And she removes the top hat from the hook and seems to lift the hook up. And as she does that, there is suddenly a clattering and clanking of machines until one of the displays seems to almost swing open like a door out into the rest of the chamber, and it leads to a staircase.
Hmm.
Pearl's not here yet, but She will be soon. Wait down there.
Just in this basement?
Yes, it's where we do most of our planning.
Well, I guess we do. Yeah. Okay.
I have to
Can't we
ask
do a
Genevieve.
perception check to insight this lady?
Go for
Yeah.
it. Do a sense motive.
Sensitive, that's what's called.
Can I also?
Can we use our magic goggles for this?
No,
You sure?
I'm sure.
I gotta ask every time we make a perception check, right?
May I also make that check?
Go for it.
Yay. 17.
34?
Fuck.
34.
17.
She seems like she is being very genuine in the things she's saying. There doesn't seem to be any. There's a hint of mistrust, but there's no attempt to fool or trick.
Lovely.
And do you head into the? Do you head in?
Yeah, straight down. She doesn't sound like she's about to murder us.
Lovely.
I wonder if it goes.
You walk down this staircase, and it takes you maybe a floor or two down, and you enter what can only be described as a uh, underground resistance-esque cobblestone room with a wooden table in the middle, tons of maps and plans spread out across this wooden table. And there are manacles on some of the walls. There are seats. There's a small alchemy table. And there is a figure hunched over this table, poring over these maps. And as the lot of you enter, this merfolk woman looks up from her maps and goes, "Who are you?
Ramona,
Why are
A
you here?"
union coven.
I don't know.
Uh, Laylu.
One of your lot told us to come here and then put us in the basement?
Yeah.
Who
My name is
told
Kane,
you
by the
about
way.
this place?
Pearl.
Pearl told you about this place.
Yes, we were in some stupid underground water prison zoo thing with her and my brother, and now
You were in one of the tanks.
one of the tanks?
One of the tanks.
There's more than
And you
one?
made it out and survived.
Yes.
Either you're very good at killing things or Pearl isn't doing her job properly.
What do you mean? We helped kill the tank people.
We
We're
literally
not the good
assisted Pearl.
guys.
I don't think Pearl could have done it without us, honestly.
Yes, we were the most important people. I don't know. Well, look, we're just looking for somebody, and the whole city's kind of a mess.
I agree with you on that. Well, seeing as you're here, you're clearly trusted enough to know that the Moist Coven, is definitely real, and let's wait for Pearl.
I never doubted that it was real.
I'm Bonnie. Um, she seems she doesn't talk to strangers that often. She's slow in her responses. She's very thoughtful with what she's saying, but she's slow and she's not terribly polite in the way she speaks.
I kind of like this one.
Genevieve, can get you some drinks, please, Genevieve, as she shouts up the stairs, and you just hear a very muffled "yeah" in response. And as you sort of get a better look at this woman once she steps into a more substantial light, she has this olive green skin with patches of um, blue and grey on her. She has no hair, but she has these. Oh, what do you call them?
Gills,
Not gills.
fins.
Fins. Yes, the fins with a membrane in
Yeah,
between. Yeah. On her head, or a single one that runs the length of her head.
like big mohawk.
Yeah. Big slimy fish mohawk. She seems quite slender and nimble. She wears just everyday street clothes. And she seems to have sort of like dark circles around her eyes and a general tired look to her.
What was your name?
Call me Bonnie.
Bonnie. Yeah, we'll wait till Pearl's here. We've got her sword. And what does it taste like, Fable?
It tastes like metal and it vibrates.
Yeah. I think Fable is really gonna want to meet you.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And she sort of goes back to her maps as Genevieve comes down with a handful of decanters and some glasses and a pitcher. The pitcher seems to have um, water in it. And Genevieve sort of points at each of the decanters and goes, "Gin, rum, brandy. The pitcher is water. And give me a second, and I'll come back with some apple juice."
Why do we need apple juice? I can drink any of this.
And then she sort of disappears back off up the stairs.
Fable's gonna reach for the brandy.
No. Bad.
No.
Why? She's then gonna reach for the gin.
That's worse.
And yeah, after a minute or two, Genevieve returns with two extra pitchers, one that seems to contain orange juice and one that seems to contain apple juice. And Bonnie seems to get herself a pint of water and sort of sips from it slowly. "So what did Pearl tell you about us?"
That you exist?
Not much other than that, yeah.
Are you also a witch?
"Everyone within this coven is."
You know, ever since I heard of this coven, I didn't think I'd find it in less than a week. But
No, I'm surprised you haven't heard of us, honestly, Bonnie. We've been causing quite a stir, I think.
we've been here for only 5 days.
I mean, there were mention of some new players in the bike works district, but not much other than a bunch of goblins running a surprisingly tight ship.
exactly does it take to become a witch?
A lot of training.
I think you just have to make a pact with some maggot god.
Maggot god?
You can turn into maggots, can't you, Fable?
Yes.
I mean, just because Fable can do it doesn't mean every witch can do it.
I can turn into a mantis.
I've been looking for a witch my entire life. It's been really hard to find another witch. I found other people who worship the deity in which I worship, but I've always wanted to meet other witches.
Well, I'm glad you got your chance, Fable.
Fable is walking up to this woman and like examining her, touching her muscles, just being really evasive. Not invasive.
Very, very fishy fish lady, and she is trying desperately not to make eye contact with you. She is letting you poke and prod, and like as long as you don't start attempting to remove items of clothing, she just kind of lets you touch her while trying desperately not to make eye contact, staring at these plans.
Fable's gonna look at the plans to see if she can understand them.
Can you read Thalassian, Tholastic?
No.
Do you need me to translate?
Do not understand the plans.
Should I translate?
Leilu, this is in fish.
It's the classic Fable, but let me take a gander at that. She will take the paper. I think it's a paper anyway.
It is actually loads of sheets of paper that are all spread out across this table. There are technical maps. There are like blueprint maps. A lot of the writings are correspondence between the members of the coven, and
You okay?
Yeah.
Bless you.
Thank you. I was coughing, but thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
so yeah, lots of these seem to be correspondence letters in classic. Some
Buddy once told
some
me.
other writings like plans, and there are a couple that are just kind of shopping lists. Like just lists of 20 bolts. We need 2 meters of spring steel. And you notice actually that one of these maps is a architectural map of one of these tanks you've been in.
Uh-huh. And did you get all of that?
So, have you been studying these tanks for a long time? Is there a lot of them? We're looking for a young human girl.
She might be in one of the tanks. There's 6 of them so far, with plans to build 4 more.
I think there might be 5 of them now. Also, do you know anything about a strange vampire elf? Because she was the one that was trying to kidnap this girl, and we. Fable, do you still have her heart?
Oh, I do! She's gonna pull out the heart that's in the jar.
Yeah, and as you pull out this part, it even in the jar, it is rapidly beating and seems to almost be glowing.
Yeah, kind of a weird one. Fable, you can put it back now.
Fable keeps it out.
Yeah, this heart is beating like I don't know what a reasonable amount of beats per second is.
60. So
Then
100. 100 would be really fast.
This is like 150.
Oh, so like
This is like
freaky.
Yeah, that's why
this is
Fable's
like
loving it.
vibrating more than beating at this point. And it gives off this ominous blood red glow.
Is that a problem?
It gives off a what?
An ominous blood red glow.
Don't touch it, Fable.
Almost as much as like a candle light.
Don't
Fable
touch it,
wants to
Fable.
make a Arcana check. Or medicine check.
Go for it. Make me an Arcana check.
This Fable wants to know what's happening. That is a 31.
Lovely. Fable, you get the distinct impression that if you remove this heart from this jar that it's been encased in for this long, you think something's gonna grow.
What happens if we eat the heart?
Fable is gonna start uncorking this jar. Bop.
I let
As you
her.
uncork the jar, the heart beats faster and faster and faster.
I forgot we took that witch's heart.
Vampire's heart.
Maybe?
Oh, my vampire. Fuck.
Fable is gonna reach into the jar and grab it and look at everyone around her. No one touch the heart, alright?
Okay.
She's gonna put her hand and pull it out and see how it reacts once it's out of the jar.
Lovely. As you begin to pull this creature, or as you begin to pull this heart out of the jar, the beating becomes faster and faster, and it starts to spurt blood all over you. Then it almost falls out of your hand, hitting the ground, and you watch as, like a beating, throbbing, fleshy fungus begins to coat the heart and grow.
Fable smiles.
And it grows and it grows and it grows. Until it's the size of a human man and the shape of a human man. There is a naked human man stood in front of the party.
Jack up Fable's eyes.
Fable's eyes are like big, sparkly, glowing. Guys! I have a child.
No, Fable.
That's not how it works, Fable.
That's how I
It's not yours.
existed. I just appeared from shadows.
And Fable, in your head, in your mind, you hear in a familiar motherly voice, "A friend reborn." And as the man, there's almost this instant where the man's eyes opens and it seems that he's regained consciousness, and there is this brief inhale as he panics and then stops and looks around.
Hello?
Hi, friend.
Hi.
Who are you?
They call me Ganon. Gammon. I was clearing a necromancer who had invaded a church. The bastard got a few lucky hits on me and I was overpowered.
Okay. We summoned
Interesting.
you from a mushroom heart.
It was not a mushroom heart, it was a fleshy heart.
Did it not grow mushrooms?
No, it grew like a
Oh,
fungus.
grew like a fungus.
It did
Wait,
not grow a
I think
fungus.
the non-magic user is confused.
Fable's gonna pull out
Are
his
there
helmet.
mushrooms and you existed?
I think this is yours.
Can I have some? Does anyone have some spare trousers?
Yes, I have a full set of noble clothes. Here you go, from the fish
Thank you
man.
very much. And he just kind of puts this pair of trousers on and goes, where am I?
Basement?
You're in the city of Athens.
No, you're not.
Oh. Atlantis, that's it.
Atlantis.
Not to be rude, but what happened to my stuff?
What?
And who are you people?
Who are you? You just came out of our jar.
I'm.
Look, clearly
Where's
you.
my bird?
Back where you died in a cemetery.
I think you might
A
be dead.
long time ago. Yeah.
How long ago?
6, 7, 8 days.
I need to commune with the decay mother. Is there somewhere quiet I can sit for a while, like a day or so?
In this city, I don't think so.
What do they do with their dead round here?
I assume feed them to the fishes.
I've been
Yeah.
eating them, the ones I find.
This man meets Fable, looks directly into your eyes and squints. I
They're not
know
that
you. I know who you are.
Yes, we both worship the same mother.
Yes, where can I go to commune with the dead? I must speak with Mother again.
Right now, we have our own coven. It's known as the Union Coven. Um, I mean, is there any quiet room in this basement? She's gonna look at the other witch. I can't remember her name.
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Bonnie is not in shock. She is very upset looking. Are there going to be any more of you?
I don't know. I don't think so. We're really hoping Pearl would be here when we got here to explain everything. I don't know. We can wait outside until she gets here? I kind of just want a cup of tea.
We can get you a cup of tea. Genevieve, please fetch her some tea. And Genevieve sort of hurries away.
Here. Is there another room attached to this one that's not upstairs?
No, you'd have to go back upstairs to find more rooms.
Okay. Fable is gonna lead Garmin upstairs. Bring him to
Sure.
look for a room upstairs just to have him lay low for now.
Yeah, and there's like changing cubicles, which are about as quiet as you're gonna get.
Here you go.
Thank you. I shall commune with the mother.
Please do.
Yeah, and this man just sort of, with his, seems to drop to his knees and begin to pray quietly to himself.
Fable is going to take one of the fish hands that she's been nibbling on and off on and put it next to the man. In hopes it helps him pray better. Also as a gift as a snack. And then she skips back downstairs with the rest of the party.
Daddy.
Before she does so, she says to him, "Once we're ready to go, I'll bring you back to our base. In case you want to meet everyone."
Yeah, and he does not seem to say anything. He is deep enthralled in his prayers. But
And
as you return to the bottom, Ramona, cup of tea now in hand. You hear the door go again. and in steps the previously seen Pearl. She steps in with a big bag in her hand, like a large pouch. Sort of, she's grasping it by the neck, and her a more she's changed out of the previous ragged trousers into a quite a snug fitting material set of trousers with some boots that seem to come about halfway up her calves. And although she's still wearing a strapless top, it is definitely a real top instead of the bandage wrap she was previously wearing.
Mm.
Oh, lovely. Everyone's here.
I'm glad you didn't die without your sword.
No, I was just ambling around the city. Anyone that tried to have apprehended me would have had to have eaten an entire fireball to get that close.
I also like Fireball. Lamona, Leilu, Kane, I'm like other witches. How long have you all been witches?
I'm glad you're happy, Fable.
Well, personally, I've been a witch for, I don't know, a year now?
Yeah.
Probably a little more. After I found Otis in a shipwreck. You watch as this woman seems to tap on her shoulders, and her intricate tattoo, the otter, disappears from the tattoo on her chest and seems to materialize on her shoulder.
Ooh.
I was diving a particularly dangerous wreck. I had to go a little deep, and then I found this guy trapped under there. After rescuing him from a watery grave, we became friends.
Well,
Also, I hope you don't take offense. Could I please have my sword back?
Fable pulls it out, sticks her tongue on it one more time, and then hands it back.
Yeah, she slings it back over her shoulders and briefly converses with Bonnie. She sort of gets close and whispers to Bonnie. Bonnie whispers back, and then they look at each other and nod. And she just kind of drops this big pouch into one of your hands.
Oh, is that gold?
What is it?
It is indeed.
Right. Come on, Union, split it up equally. I'll start counting the gold while this conversation happens.
It's 500 pieces.
Okay, that's 125 gold each.
Hmm.
There you go. Everyone, 200 gold.
Yeah, Fable.
Stay.
Normally we donate. Normally the gold we make from these missions we just donate, but seeing as you guys
Of course, we've got our
helped
own.
me out of a jam,
We've got our own covenant to feed.
It's-
of course.
How much money was that for everyone?
125.
Yeah,
125. Thank
125
you.
gold pieces each.
Thank you.
I want to know. You guys are whispered rumors in this city.
Yes, we try really, and this is Bonnie speaking. Yes, we try really hard to have people just not know of us.
But
It
yet,
makes doing what we do easier.
everyone who's big knows about you guys.
Well, they think they know about us.
They don't know who you are. But they know what you are and what you do.
Yes, and the operation that you guys helped Pearl with couldn't have happened if people knew who she was.
Yes. Why don't you just go to the source? You just
That's what we're trying to
dis-
find.
mm,
In the last couple of months, there's been a character who's come up in the underwater parts of the city who has suddenly built all of these tanks and who has started um, kidnapping and enslaving the surface races.
mm.
Well, we think we know who they are.
And what do you think you know about them?
Well, we think they're called the Whale. We had a lead in the form of my brother. Unfortunately, he seems to have fucked off.
I think he's planning to snitch on us.
If he
I
fucking
don't think he
snitches
would
on
do
us,
that.
I'm going to lose my mind, Fable, and then you can kill him, okay?
Okay.
But he's not going to snitch on us, so it's going to be fine.
If
Doesn't sound
if we
like a
do have
great
to kill him,
predicament.
Oh
do
my
you want a
god.
piece of his leg?
I just like would stand up and walk away from Fable. Just get up and walk to the other side of the room quickly.
I see. Well, we have heard about this whale, and that is what most people seem to call him. But all we've really been able to find out um, is that he owns these tanks. We don't know where he lives. We were hoping more investigation on these tanks would turn up some better information.
He lives down.
Wait, so you know where he lives?
No, we don't know. We know he's in the underwater section of the city. That's all we
So
know.
he is in this city then. I see.
Do you know what he. If you don't know where he lives, do you know if he's a fish person or someone pretending to be a fish person?
We assume he's a merfolk. We also assume he's a he. Whenever anyone talks about him, they just call him the whale.
Chokes.
So, shouldn't we just be calling them the whale? Shouldn't we be calling the whale the whale? If that's their preferred pronouns.
I think. Well, we need more information. We were going to go search more of these tanks. Pearl was supposed to be down there. Pearl was supposed to also grab more information. But from what I've been told, she just blew the place up. So we're going to have to arrange for another dive into one of these tanks to see what more information we can gather, unless you lot manage to get hold of any important information while down there.
Oh, I did manage to get the guy's diary. I'll come back to the table and put it down in front of them. Haven't opened it yet.
Oh. You watch as Bonnie sort of grabs it and opens it, flicking through it, trying to find some of the more recent entries, some of the older entries, some of the more recent entries. This could actually prove very useful. Thank you. Do you mind if I keep hold of this for a while?
I guess not.
Thank you. I'll start reading through this. During this moment, Genevieve, who was previously out of the room, re-enters the room, and for this refined, elegant woman, gives out this giddy little eek when she sees Pearl and runs over to Pearl, giving her a big hug.
Oh, you two seem like really good friends. Do you work together here for a long time? Coven together?
Are you guys roommates?
And they were roommates.
Well, I've known Genevieve here for almost as long as I've been in the city.
My God, they were roommates.
Oh.
So yeah, as
Any more details?
well, I originally pulled an old ring. She had dropped a ring off the edge, and I went into the ocean and found it for her. And then she offered me a place to stay, and we became very close after that.
See, they're
But we
roommates.
should focus on the task at hand. Yeah, then still while flicking through this diary, I thought that was the case. Bonnie looks up to the rest of the party and goes, "It seems all of these tanks were built to identical specifications."
But then we know the layout of all of them. That means we only have to use one map to know our way around them.
Unless more security's added. Are all these tanks, they might be owned by the whale, but do other gangs just sort of sublent the tanks? Like,
Delivered to him.
are they...
The gangs around here are used as contract labor, too unorganized and brutish to do anything more than take people or objects from point A to B.
Mm,
Mm.
do you think the whale is someone... if they're found lower, wouldn't they be more on the high society side? Destroying these tanks, I don't know if it funds a sort of income or not for the whale, but from my understanding, they were just people zoos. Do people pay them to go down and then eventually pick one out as pets? Then
Yes,
that
well,
means we must...
it seems like from what I've been able to recover that the whale buys people and sets them up in these strange underground zoos and then allows the other members of the high society down there to visit these places and see these people.
Then why don't we instead rob someone of high society, taking their money and gold and using that to buy ourselves in to go to the zoo? That way we can blend in, maybe find more leads that would lead to them.
It's not a simple money gets you through the door. These things are invitation only.
Mm.
And we've been trying to get someone in there, but it's not been successful. Pearl was our first successful in.
I mean, we're a rather unique group. If he's looking for more uh, prisoners, we might be able to sneak in somewhere.
It would be very dangerous.
Uh,
Fable's gonna lean over to Kane and ask Kane, should I... Is it okay if I tell them I'm the one who blew up that building a few days ago?
I honestly think that's a something you should keep a secret for now
Okay,
at least.
okay. Fable nods her head. How were you able to get them to send you an invite, Pearl?
No, we snuck Pearl in as one of the prisoners.
Hmm.
yeah, that would how we would have to do it.
She was sent in to rescue someone whose husband paid handsomely to have her and her daughter return safe. The 500 gold we gave you. And it was a lot. It took a lot to get Pearl in there without.
No, it took us like maybe 3 days to figure out how to get into one of these. And that's after only being in the city for about 5 days total now.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem that difficult.
Well, I suppose when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail.
Yeah, I think if you're the only people who blew this thing up,
Hi.
if we managed to get into this building, meet up with their leader, and then you guys blew it up, I'm just saying, maybe if you shared your intel with us, we'd be able to figure out some of your problems for you.
Or blow it up.
No, we snuck in.
Oh, yeah, we
They
did.
blew it up.
While destroying these tanks is our ultimate goal.
Alright, should I take the journal back if you're not gonna help us?
No. It would be very useful to have a group assisting us. We are wary of non-members. You can understand.
Not really.
I can. That's why I position... I...
Our membership grows daily.
Yeah. And you guys should join. You are 3 strong, and we are... Let's see, there's us 4. There's tuberculosis. Then there's... How many goblins do we have at this moment? I type it every session.
I think it's 7 now, or is it 8?
I think there's 14 of you in total,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
including the animals.
Yeah.
Huh?
We have 14 members strong, and one of them is a pro wrestler. We have a lot more resources. You are more hidden, but we have resources that can help you just as much, if not more, than resources you have that can help us. We've accomplished more in 5 days within the city than you guys have within a year. I think forward progress for you would be best joining us, the Union Coven. We will not announce your names or the Moist Coven joining the Union Coven. But I think your best bet in stopping them is joining us. And our best bet could be you guys joining with us as well. And if not, we will find other ways and means.
Yeah, we'd like to work with you. Pearl seems rather competent.
She is. Yes, we would appreciate if that's what you're trying to get at. We would very much appreciate your help in these matters.
Yes, we would.
We would like to, if you give me a bit of time with this journal and maybe any other information you manage to gather, I can attempt to organize. A way into the next one of these tanks.
Okay.
I'm gonna make more patches.
Yeah, I think you guys are lumped in with us now.
Alliances have been made on less.
Fable is gonna extend her hand to the three. Welcome to the Union Coven.
Yeah, and Bonnie seems hesitant to touch you.
Fable's gonna overextend her hand closer to Bonnie.
Yeah, she eventually shakes it. So, if the lot of you are willing to come back tomorrow, once I've had some time to go through this journal, I will have some start of a plan.
Lovely. And Pearl, where are you? What are your plans right now? You seem like the action-oriented member of your team. What are you up to?
Well, I was gonna go have some strong drink.
All right, everyone but Fable.
Why not me?
Sound like a plan?
I'm feeling very excluded.
Don't feel excluded.
I'd worry about you and strong drink.
I'm sure we can find her something a bit gentler. If she's got a bit of a delicate palate.
Just worry about her.
We all worry about our friends. So yes, my plan after we'd had this meeting, I was going to go get a few drinks.
Sounds good to me.
Well,
And yeah, Bonnie continues to talk about these tanks. She explains how they popped up very quickly. Like, this whale has only been a name in this city for about 3 months. And these tanks have popped up in the last 2 months.
Well, he acts fast.
That's scary, no? Like he managing to just make a name for himself in such a short time.
Yeah. And yeah, Bonnie proceeds to explain that she thinks he's a member of high society that has just kind of gone off the deep end.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be not that off the deep end from high society so far.
No, the merfolk high society is very alien and has this what they call indentured servitude, where it's very common for a merfolk of lower society to owe their whole life to a member of high society and live as a servant in their house. And these members of high society can sometimes include like 30 or 40 people of indentured servitude. And they live in these humongous semi-underground complexes that are almost like palaces etched into the sand, etched into the earth. I'm sorry, I think we're gonna have to call it here.
Yeah.
You're
You
done.
sleep.
You're falling asleep.
Yeah.
Right, that's